Welcome back to CIE-Group.com at the security event. Today I'm joined by Gareth Robinson on the 2N pod dual today, and what we're looking at is really the star of the show, which is the brand new IP Style.
So with the IP Style, this is let's say the first intercom in our new generation of IP intercoms, which are built on the Axis ArtPeg processor. So what that brings is firstly incredible quality in the video. So it provides a full HD wide dynamic range video stream to the answering units. Being built on the ArtPeg processor also means there's a lot more capability, a lot more processing power in the intercom. So for example, it brings about possibilities like improved motion detection, face detection, and so on. Being a 10-inch full touch display intercom, it means it's really well suited to, let's say, the more premium office or residential installations. Super versatile because with that touch display, that 10-inch touch display, it's really easy to sort out your contacts into categories, into folders. In a commercial capacity, you might imagine different buildings or different departments. In a residential, different apartments or different individuals that you can contact straight from there.
So let's talk about, you touched on the fact it really works well for MDUs, for multiple apartment buildings and for multiple use offices. And the size of it, because if we compare it with some of the others, it is a bigger unit. Yeah. But that's really important because it needs to be at that first point of contact, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And therefore having something that A, looks great, but B, is there so I know where to head towards, as effectively my concierge at the door, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's one of the central tenets of 2N. It's all about providing that elegant solution. If it's a customer or a resident in a residential facility, the first thing they see of the building is what's next to the front door. And so often, we see these ugly installations with horrible sort of steel boxes, or even worse, where there's some access control disjointed from the intercom. So that's really what 2N's all about, providing a super capable, very premium and very elegant solution to give that wow impact at the door.
But that's interesting because we've literally just been speaking to some installers about having such a premium looking product sat outside, and it feels a little bit like leaving your iPhone 13 left outside. This thing needs a lot of protection. So if we talk about IP ratings and IK ratings, is it going to survive being outside?
Yeah, worry not. It's fully suited to external installation. It can be installed surface or flush mount, and it's fully rated for IP65 IK08, and that's certified externally as well, independently certified. For an installation perspective as well, we've got a really innovative mounting bracket that we've designed to make it a lot easier for the installer. It frees up their hands. It basically allows the intercom to be pulled forward and held in a position that's a little bit proud of the wall, so that the integrator, the installer, can then get their hands in behind the device, plug in all the necessaries, get the lock connected, get the Ethernet connected, and do all that with much greater ease. So it's a quicker installation, much simpler installation as well.
And then let's talk about the access control functionality of it. What kind of authentication methods have we got inside the IP Style?
Okay, well, integrated within the IP Style is the RFID reader. We also have Bluetooth integrated as well. This supports our WaveKey, which is our revolutionary mobile access technology. We're really proud of it as it provides the only solution on the market for mobile access that's tried to, let's say, solve the hurdles that mobile access generally has been facing. I think that's about reliability, speed and security. So with reliability, we've done mind-boggling array of tests to make sure that it opens the door first time, regardless of the model or manufacturer of the phone. With the speed, we've actually seen the transaction time about a third of a second, so it's about 3 times quicker than RFID on average. And security, we've got a clever algorithm which detects whether you're really approaching the reader or not, what your behaviour is as a user, and it determines if you really should open the door for you. So beside that, the other means of entry is through a virtual keypad. So we can even have that scrambled to provide extra security. It means if someone's watching the fingers, the motion of someone entering the PIN code, the pattern won't be the same the next time because the numbers are going to be scrambled.
So this device is really there for high traffic use, large numbers of users, large numbers of residents, and therefore you've talked about mobile access, of course.
Yep.
And when we talk about mobile access, we're talking about using your smartphone for access. And contactless has become so key at the moment to all door entry, all access control, which is where WaveKey fits in. So why is it so important, and what is the solution?
Well, with WaveKey, it's super versatile because it offers a range of different ways in which you can enjoy the mobile access experience. So for perhaps a driveway or the gateway to a property, so you might be using an access unit mullion or maybe one of our other access units, you can open up the app and what we call tap-in app. So I can find the device in my mobile app, I can press the virtual button, and that's going to authenticate like that. We also offer the option of presenting the phone, and you can do it with a lock screen, like a card, like an access card. So you can introduce the phone to the reader and badge in that way. We also offer the option of touch mode, so you can touch either on the icon on the intercom or one of our access units. You can touch and authenticate that way. And the last way, with an intercom equipped with a camera, like our IP Style is, we have what's called motion detection. So you can wave in front of the camera and offer a completely touchless, frictionless experience to allow that quick access.
Which all property managers, architects and system designers are really calling for. Making sure that you have that contactless accessibility is really important. I guess the other side of smartphone access as well is you're losing that need, for physical keys, but also it reduces the need for distribution of RFID cards and fobs as well, which becomes a whole property management role in itself. Yeah. Everybody has got their smartphone in their pocket, and that becomes your key.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, when you think about what you're using your smartphone for these days, firstly, I think mostly in a modern residential setting or modern office setting, I can't think of people without a smartphone. And when you think what you expect your smartphone to do for you, I really can't remember the last time I saw someone pull out a physical bank card at a payment terminal. And thank God for mobiles, I'm freed of the burden finally of a wad of store cards in my wallet, making it look like I've got a wallet full of cash. It's not, it's a wallet full of plastic store cards. So we're expecting more and more, and I think access control is the logical next step for that. Another thing that really makes WaveKey stand out, besides the cutting edge technology that we've implemented to improve the security, the speed and the reliability, we're also a vendor who don't charge for mobile credentials. So lost credentials, guest credentials, replacement credentials, not a problem at all. There's no additional cost to have to factor in there. They're included free of charge.
If you've got a property that is multi-tenant, multi-resident, and you're looking for something that really is going to stand out and heighten the luxury of your property, the 2N IP Style is way up there in the choices. Congratulations also on being the Red Dot winner for its design, which was announced in the last 2 weeks. Yeah. Gareth, great to meet you at last. Join us again soon at CIE-Group.com.